Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am Geek DTB, but my real name is Jason, but like, you can call me either, like, I honestly don't care. So like, it's Geek DTB, so yeah. And now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be wondering, well, what does Geek DTB stand for? Well, it stands for, well, geek is a geek, like, you know what a geek is. And I'm a geek, because I'm a geek for the DTB, which is Disney, Travel, and Broadway. That's what the DTB stands for, and like, I'm a geek, so like, yeah. I think it's a pretty good name. I spent like 2 hours working on it last night, and like, you know, I even had to call my friends. I was like, hey Gus, like, you know, what should I name my YouTube channel? So, this video is going to be like 30 things about me. But before we get to that, I'm going to be talking about, like, you know, what I'm going to do on this channel. So, I'm either going to be talking to the camera like this, just about, like, my feelings on either, like, changes in Disney, changes in Broadway, if I'm traveling somewhere. Like, I recently traveled to England, so I'm probably going... I didn't vlog England because I was like, oh, I'm not going to vlog England, like, that's embarrassing. So, instead, I'm gonna talk about, like, what we did each day and, like, give, like, you know, what my reviews, like, if, like, it was worth it and stuff like that. So I'm going to do a day-by-day thing for that, like, talking to the camera. And I also went to Disneyland a few months ago for my first time. I've been to Disney World, like, 13 times, I think, something like that. But I've never been to Disneyland, so I'm going to be, like, do, like, an East Coaster's Guide to Disneyland, where I'm sitting here talking to the video. So sometimes I'm going to be just, like, sitting here and talking to the camera like this. Or other times, I might, like, go and vlog. Like, I might go to New York City and see a Broadway show and vlog, which I'm planning to do. Because I bought tickets for closing night of Spongebob, and I am sponge-sobbing, let me tell you. There'll be another video about how sponge-sobbing I am about Spongebob's closing. So I have a lot planned for this channel. But first, we are going to do 30 facts about me, because it's my first video! Yay! So let's begin. So, I'm going to split up this 30 facts about me into 4 categories. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to split up into general, like, what's your favorite color, blah, blah, blah. And the second one's going to be Broadway. The third one's going to be Disney, and the fourth one's going to be Travel. And they're not going to be an equal amount. Like, it's not going to be like 5, 5, 5. It's just going to be, like, whatever I can think of, because I couldn't think of 5 in some categories. In some categories I thought of, like, 20. But, like, so we're just going to wing it. So let's start off with general stuff about me. So, the first one I'm going to do is, I'm just, like, basic, because, like, that's going to be the first one I do. So the first one I do is my favorite color, and my favorite color is green, which is so surprising because nothing in this room is green except for my alien hat. I will say that my younger sister has a YouTube channel, and it's Puppy Lover 130. Okay, so the next category is animals, and I've split this up into 2. I split it up into my favorite and my least favorite. So my favorite animal is a giraffe. I just think they're so cute, and when we're at the zoo, I have to watch the giraffes forever. Like, I can stand there and just watch the giraffes. The last time I went to the zoo, I watched the giraffes for, like, an hour, probably. And then my least favorite animal is birds. They just creep me out so much. And then one time, my friends were like, oh, let's go see the penguins. And I was like, okay, so we went out at the zoo. So we went to see the penguins. And then they did not tell me that after the penguins, you go into this giant room where the birds are just flying all over. And I literally ran through that screaming, and I was so terrified. I can't even. It sounds so stupid, but, like, I can't. Like, if they land on me or, like, if they're near me, I can't. If they're in my backyard, like, for some reason, they're fine. Like, they can, like, go next to me and they're fine. But, like, just, like, in, like, when I'm hiking or, like, when, I don't know, I can't do birds. Oh, the next 2 categories are favorite food and favorite time period. So I'm going to start with my favorite food. My favorite food, anyone who knows this knows that my favorite food is burgers. Any restaurant I go to, I have to get a burger, no matter what. Like, if it's like an Italian restaurant, I get a burger. If it's like, that's a lie. If it's an Italian restaurant, I'll get pasta or pizza or something. But if it's like, I don't know, like if it's a seafood restaurant, I'll get a burger if they have that on the menu. Like, I'll take a burger over anything except for Italian and Chinese because I love those too. So if I go to like one of those restaurants, like, you know. So if I could live in a decade that wasn't the decade I'm living in right now, I would pick the 50s. I don't know why I love the 50s. It's just the perfect, like it's the perfect lifestyle. Like, everyone is so happy. Everyone's happy in the 50s. They're all like hula hooping and they're going to like the Jewhiggy at the jukebox. Like, all that stuff just like makes me like, ah! Like, I'm just so happy. I just screamed like I was going to Disney World, but like, I love the 50s! So my last two facts in the general category is favorite school subject, like, in high school, and then it's going to be my favorite place in the world. So, my favorite school subject in high school has been biology freshman year. I just love biology. I don't know why, it just interests me so much. And then, my favorite place, I have two favorite places where I would go there any time I can. Like, I'd spend my life there. And it's Disney, any Disney resort, any Disney parks, I'd spend my life. And New York City, which is great because, like, I can, like, drive to New York City, so I do that all the time. Okay, so now my next out of the four sections is Broadway. So I'm going to...
Can I find my phone?
No, get out! You knew I was filming this, so get out! So, anyway, after that note, so the next category I'm going to do is my top 5 Broadway shows at all time, which was really hard. I spent like an hour trying to figure all this out. But in order, my top 5 are Newsies, Hairspray, Cats, Phantom, and Les Mis, and my honorable mentions are The Lion King and SpongeBob SquarePants, the Broadway Musical, which I am making an entire separate video on how much I love SpongeBob on Broadway. By the way, in case you didn't know, Newsies was number 1 and Les Mis was number 5, but I still love all of them. It's not like, you know, that Les Mis is awful. Like, I love all of them so much. The next category is the top 5 Broadway shows currently on Broadway as of July 2018. So, in order, number 1 is Phantom, number 2 is The Lion King, number 3 is SpongeBob SquarePants, number 4 is School of Rock, and number 5 is Dear Evan Hansen. Now, as you can imagine, I am sponge sobbing and School of Rock sobbing because both of those shows are closing and they're like two of like the best things on Broadway right now. Okay, so my next topic is the most recent show I've seen on Broadway. And, like, I know you guys are going to be like, this is just, like, an entire SpongeBob SquarePants part. But I truly believe that SpongeBob on Broadway is one of the best things that is currently on Broadway right now. And I wouldn't say that unless I meant it. I was actually very anti-SpongeBob until I saw it, and I was just blown away. So yeah, I guess that, now you know, my most recent show is SpongeBob SquarePants, the Broadway Musical. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to my favorite Broadway actress and my favorite Broadway actor in this very moment. My favorite Broadway actor is Ethan Slater because he is a god. He is amazing. He brings the character of SpongeBob SquarePants to life in a way you never thought you could. Nobody ever thought you can bring SpongeBob to Broadway, and he just does it so beautifully while encompassing the character, but also bringing his own unique take to SpongeBob. And, like, that's really hard for, like, everyone's favorite cartoon sponge. Like, everyone loves SpongeBob. It's really tough to have to be SpongeBob, so he's my favorite Broadway actor because he's just, like, amazing at what he does. And if you see SpongeBob, he's, like, singing upside down on ladders. Like, he is going full-fledged, all in for the entire 2 hours and 10 minutes. And then, at this very moment, my favorite Broadway actress is Patty Murin, who plays Anna, just because she plays Anna so well. And it's another one where Anna is such an iconic character, you have to play that part perfect. Like, you have to play that part to please the Frozen fans, but also you can't just copy the movie. So they just do a beautiful job. So my next category is my favorite song in any Broadway musical. And I have 2, but the first one is Once and For All from Newsies, and the second one is You Can't Stop the Beat from Hairspray. Those 2 are just the perfect songs for those shows, and they just encompass what the show is about, and I love them, and I just jam out to them every morning. So my last 2 categories are my first Broadway exposure and my favorite Broadway memory. So my first Broadway exposure was Hairspray, which is, I think it's part of the reason why it's in my like top 5, but it's also an amazing musical. I think everyone should go see it. When it makes a revival, go see it. Go see the movie. The movie's really good. Hairspray Live is like, okay, like, it's not the best, but it's not the worst. Just like everything about it is good. Listen to the soundtrack. Just like, I don't know, it's just like really amazing. And then My favorite Broadway memory, I know I'm going to seem like a bragger, but like going to the 72nd annual Tony Awards. This was so good. I went to 72nd? Yes, 72nd. It was so good. I went to cheer on Spongebob because that's... I'm going to make a video about how much of an impact Spongebob has had on me. But that's why I went to the Tony Awards. Just to cheer on Spongebob and to cheer on Frozen and to cheer on all my favorites because people don't realize this. Everyone hates commercialized theater. I love commercialized theater if it's done right. I hate it if it's done wrong. Like, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was commercialized theater gone wrong. SpongeBob is commercialized theater gone right. And people don't realize the difference between the two. There's a difference between doing commercialized right and commercialized wrong. And people just don't seem to realize, and I hate it. Like, you need to support them. Like, I don't know what else to say. I don't understand when people are like, I hate commercialized theater. Because it's not my favorite form. Like, obviously I like Phantom and like Les Mis better. But, like, SpongeBob on Broadway is commercialized theater done right. And I think it's the first instance of commercialized theater done right in a while. Okay, so now we're moving into the third category, which is Disney, which is the biggest category because it's the most impact on my life, I think. I've loved Disney since I was little, so we're going to start off with my favorite Disney park and my least favorite Disney park in the world that I've been to. So, out of Florida and California. So, I guess it's just like in the U.S. Because I haven't been to Paris, Hong Kong, Tokyo, or Shanghai. So, my favorite Disney park that I've been to, which is in the U.S., I don't know why I keep having to emphasize this, but my favorite Disney park is Animal Kingdom. It's Joe Rohde did such a beautiful job with that park. I don't even know, like, how do you envision that? Like, he took away from the aspect that has worked in every single Disney park, where you have to enter on a promenade of streets with shops and restaurants for you to buy stuff. And he just took that away. He took, like, what Disneyland was made of, and he took that away to build this beautiful grand reveal of the Safari Discovery Village with the Tree of Life there, and you just wander through the jungle, and then you just get that grand reveal of that village, and it's so amazing. And Expedition Everest is amazing. Dinosaur is amazing. Dino-Rama, I don't care it's a really bad theme, and it's a really bad idea for a Disney park, but it's done. You really do, like, it looks like a parking lot carnival. He just does such a beautiful job. The safaris are unique to that park. Animals are unique to that park. I love animals. Just the idea of that park is so amazing. And the theming is done right. And when you put a movie into that park, like Avatar or Bug's Life, it's done perfectly. You wouldn't think Avatar would be done right, but it fits perfectly in that park just because of Joe Rohde. It's like the most fully connected Disney park, I feel, that has one clear vision. My least favorite Disney park, I know I'm probably going to get some hate for this because I know there's a lot of, like, Disney cults for this park. Hollywood Studios is my least favorite Disney park. I love the Golden Age of Hollywood entrance that the park has, and I loved, like, the Chinese theater. I loved the Great Movie Ride, which they took away, and that's kind of what dropped it to my least favorite because they took away the Great Movie Ride. That park just has 4 rides. Now they have 6, and I haven't been since they added Toy Story Land, so I'm not going to speak for that. But when I was there, they had 4 rides. Toy Story Mania, which I liked. It was a video game, but I had to wait forever for that. Tower of Terror, which I don't like dropping. Rock and Roller Coaster, which I don't do loops. And Star Tours, which gave me a headache. So, if they just kept the Golden Age of Hollywood and, like, the Great Movie Ride, I like Muppets, too. Like, there's parts of it I like, but unlike all the other parks, there's more things I hate than like about the park. Maybe Star Wars, and when they do their expansion, adding the car show and the Mickey ride and Toy Story Land and Galaxy's Edge, when all of that is built, maybe it'll move up on my list. But right now it's just at the bottom. Okay, so my top 5 favorite Magic Kingdom rides in the Magic Kingdom in Florida, which is my home park, even though I live up north. My top favorite Magic Kingdom rides is, in order, Big Thunder Mountain, Big Thunder Mountain is a perfect combination of theming and a roller coaster. It's so fun with all the drops, and you feel like you're in the desert. Like, I don't know how else to say. It's just the perfect instance of Disney roller coasters in a park, and it's the perfect. Expedition Everest is too, but like, I don't know. Big Thunder Mountain is something the entire family can love. It has effects that work, and you just feel like you're on a runaway train in the desert. Like, can't say that about any other park. So number 2 is Peter Pan's Flight, which I love flying over London. I love flying over Neverland. I just love the flying aspect. And if that ride was made today with current Disney, you'd be on the ground in like a London bus following their story with them above you. So I just love how that ride is built with you flying over the scenes. Because you really, it's not one of those rides where you feel like you're in the place, but you just get nostalgic for it. Then my third favorite ride in Disney World is the Haunted Mansion, which I just love the Haunted Mansion. It's amazing. The effects are amazing. It's just the storyline is cool, and I love how everyone can interpret it differently. The effects are cool because they're not projections; they're like actual effects done. I have to speed this up. 4 is Pirates of the Caribbean. I love that ride. I've rode it in California. I've only rode it in Florida. And then number 5, it's It's a Small World because it's classic. And it was my first Disney ride ever, so I have to put it on the list. And then my honorable mention is the Seven Dwarfs Mine because I have not been on it. But everyone says it's amazing. Okay, so my favorite Disney World rides in like the entire resort, not just Magic Kingdom, is Big Thunder Mountain, Peter Pan's Flight, Expedition Everest, the Haunted Mansion, and Kilimanjaro Safaris, with my honorable mention being Tower of Terror, because the theming is really amazing, the fifth dimension is amazing, but I don't like drops, so it's the no-no for me. Okay, so even though I've never stayed on Disney World property, I have 5 favorite resorts because we have been to resorts. So my 5 favorite resorts in Disney World, not in any order, just like my 5 favorite. If I had to stay in Disney World, these are the ones I would stay at. Art of Animation, Animal Kingdom Lodge, Polynesian, Wilderness Lodge, and Port Orleans, Riverside. The French Quarters are good too, but like, I don't know. Riverside is like amazing. I need to speed this video up because it's going to be the longest video ever. So anyway, I think that was the doorbell. I got my fortune cookie box. Okay. Oof. Anyway. Every day is a new life to a wise man. Favorite Disneyland resort rides. Anyway, so my favorite Disneyland rides are Indiana Jones Adventure is number 1. Matterhorn Mountain is number 2. Radiator Springs Racers is number 3. Haunted Mansion is number 4, and Big Thunder Mountain is number 5. All of those rides, you literally feel like you're in the place they want you to be. Indiana Jones Adventure, you feel like you are in a temple that's collapsing. And, like, you feel like you're going to get attacked. Like, it's just perfect. I'm not going to spoil the end in case anyone here hasn't been on it. But, like, Matterhorn Mountain, you feel like you're on a Swiss mountain, going down on bobsleds, getting attacked by a Yeti. It's like the tamer version of Expedition Everest, but in California. The Radiator Springs Racers is, you're racing through Radiator Springs. It's amazing. And you go in this dark ride section, which I'm not going to spoil because it's my favorite part of it is how unexpected everything is. The animatronics are amazing. You feel like you're in Radiator Springs. It's just perfect. And then Haunted Mansion, I already explained it. And Big Thunder Mountain, I already explained. Those 2 are my favorite in both resorts. So, oh, and I forgot to say, my honorable mention is Pirates of the Caribbean because I love the Disney World ride. But I haven't been on California because the only time I was in Disneyland California for my first visit was during Pixar Fest when it was closed for refurbishment. So I didn't feel like I should put it on the list unless I had written it. Okay, so my top 5 favorite Disney characters. They're all, like, obscure. Like, they're not on anyone's list. I have honorable mentions, too. But my top 5, in order, is Stitch, because Stitch is amazing. Okay? He's the best. He's so cute. He's so lovable. His movie makes you cry. Everything about him is great. Second one is Nana from Peter Pan. I know that's so weird, but I didn't even think to put on the list until I was in the Disney store yesterday, which you'll get the vlog tomorrow. And they had a Nana stuffed animal, and they were playing Peter Pan on the screen. And I was like, wow, I love Peter Pan, and I came home and watched it at night. So then the third one is Dumbo, because Dumbo is adorable, okay? Like, he's just so cute, and I love his ears, and his movie makes you cry. The new trailer made me cry. It was 90 seconds of bawling. Number 4 is the Mad Hatter, just because I love him. He's just so funny. Like, with his unbirthdays and all that jazz. And then number 5 is Peter Pan, again, because I watched Peter Pan last night, and I felt like was in love with the movie. And then I have 4 honorable mentions, which is Olaf, because Olaf is Olaf. How can you not love him? Rapunzel is my favorite Disney princess, so Rapunzel on there. Lumiere is like my favorite. He does my favorite showstopper number, like Friend Like Me or Be Our Guest, is Be Our Guest. So he's on the list. I like Sebastian too, but I not as much as Lumiere. And then Pooh is Pooh, because that was the first Disney character I ever met. And I was scared of every Disney character except for Pooh. And I just love Pooh. And I'm so excited for the movie to come out. So, my top 5 Pixar characters are Dory, because Dory is Dory. How can you not love Dory? Wally, again, because Wally is Wally. How can you not love Wally? Doug, I have just met you. And I love you. Squirrel. Or, I don't like the cone of shame. He's just so cute and so funny. And he is the reason... No, that's a lie. I was going to say he's the reason I cry during Up. I cry during Up for a lot of reasons. Then Bing Bong, because who's your friend who likes to play Bing Bong, Bing Bong?
I love that part.
Yeah, so he's my favorite, too. And Bullseye. I don't know why. When I was making this list, I thought of all the moments where Bullseye tries to go with Woody, and Woody's like, Bullseye, stay. And how that's so impacts for some reason in my life. Like in Toy Story 3 and Toy Story 2, like every time Woody at one point says, Bullseye, stay, and it just makes me feel so bad for Bullseye. Because all he wants to do is go with Woody on his adventure. Okay, and then my 2 honorable mentions, which you guys are going to think I'm crazy for one of them. Arlo. I love The Good Dinosaur. It's not my favorite Pixar movie. It's like probably one at the bottom of the list. That's a lie. It's like in the middle. There's movies I hate more than it. But Arlo is so cute, and Arlo, when I watched the movie, Arlo reminded me so much of me, because I was scared to do everything. Like, I just, for some reason, somehow felt a connection to him. So that's why he's an honorable mention, and then Joy, because Joy is Joy. Like, next is my top 5 Disney songs, which I had a really hard time coming up, and they're in no order. I actually made 10, because I couldn't, so... Okay, so my next one is my top 10 Disney songs, which are not in any order. It's just my 10 Disney songs that I love. And I have to look down at my notes for this. So, number 1, Just You're on the River Bend from Pocahontas. Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Circle of Life from The Lion King. You'll Be in My Heart from Tarzan. Rainbow Connection from The Muppets. You Can Fly from Peter Pan. Zero to Hero from Hercules. I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan, Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King, and Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. They're all so amazing. I have to listen to them every day. It wouldn't be a day without listening to them. Okay, so my next one is top 5 Disney movies, and these are in order, and you are going to be surprised about some of them. 1 is Beauty and the Beast. It's a classic. You have to like it. 2 is Tangled, because I love Rapunzel and I love that movie so much. I want it to be on Broadway so bad. Number 3 is The Lion King, because it's The Lion King. Number 4 is Alice in Wonderland. And number 5 is Peter Pan. Which, it's not even... I don't know why I'm saying the reason I'm putting Peter Pan on my list is because of yesterday. It's not. I've loved Peter Pan since I was a kid. My little sister actually got me into Peter Pan. Because she was Peter Pan for Halloween like 5 years in a row, and she made us get all the movies and stuff. And my honorable mentions for my Disney movies are The Little Mermaid, Tarzan, Lilo and Stitch, Dumbo, and Frozen. So my top 5 Pixar movies is... Finding Nemo is my favorite Pixar movie of all time. WALL-E is number 2 because it's so cute. I love WALL-E and Eve so much. I want them to make a Wall-E ride in Disney World so bad. Number 3 is Inside Out. Number 4 is Toy Story. And number 5 is Coco. With my honorable mentions being Monsters, Inc. Okay, I'm back with another fortune cookie. So my next section... Oh, that fell on the floor. I'm not going to eat that. Let's see what this is. Happiness is not the absence of conflict, but the ability to cope with it. Inspiring. Now my next section is also inspiring. It's travel. This is the smallest section too. Woo, let's go! Okay, so in my travel section, I only get 4 to make this an even 30, but, so the first one is my favorite place to travel to, which is either Jamaica, because I love Jamaica, I love river tubing, I loved seeing the rainforest, I loved climbing the falls, or California, because I love California. And the only time I've ever cried in the airport leaving a place is when I left California. That's a fun fact that nobody knows about me. The second is my most recent travel experience, which I traveled to England. I might have already said this in the video. I traveled to England at the end of June, and that was my most recent travel experience. My next travel experience that I'm going to be doing is going to Europe, and I'm going to be going to Germany, Italy, and France. So that's my next travel experience. I'm not going to say when it is. You're going to find out eventually. And 4 is the places I want to travel is Australia. I want to travel there so bad. I want to see a kangaroo really bad. China. I don't know why. I want to go to the Chinese Disney parks. And I want to see like the Great Wall. I just want to, I just want to go to China. And then the third one you guys are probably going to think is really weird, but I really want to go to like Western United States, which sounds weird. But like when I say Western United States, I want to go to like Washington, Oregon, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Illinois, not Illinois. Why did I say Illinois? I don't know. But like Arizona, I want to go to all those places because they're so beautiful. Like the desert looks so beautiful. The northwestern U.S. looks so beautiful. And I flew over it, and I remember saying, wow, I want to go there one day. Okay, so that's it for my first YouTube video, which is 30 facts about me. I don't know when I'm going to post this, but I'm going to post it, like, probably maybe tonight if I want to, if I edit this all. So I'm going to post it tonight, and then stay tuned, because soon you'll be getting a vlog that I filmed yesterday at the local mall, and we're going to go to the Disney store and Target, as well as have some Lyft. You know, the Lyft app. I had some Lyft drama yesterday, so you're going to hear all about that tomorrow or soon. I don't know if it's tomorrow, but so yeah. I'm Jason, and you have a magical day.